life without responsibility and sort of double down and sort of, not become mature. Or he can take the opportunity that is, because what a midlife crisis is where we wake up one day and realize we've created this life that we don't want to be a part of. This life isn't me. You know what I mean? Like, thankfully for me, I've experienced it at a young age, and the person I created was someone that not disgusted me, but I just did not want to be. You know what I mean? So if we think about that second man going through the midlife crisis, the other choice we can do is so it's sort of like we can double down and go back to the known, what we've already experienced in life, and refuse to grow, or we can take on the challenge of moving into the unknown. So, actually, this man actually goes out there and says, well, this life I've created is making me miserable. It's not who I want to be. Who do I want to be? What do I want to do in life? What makes me happy in life? What brings me joy in life? And we go out and we start chasing that. For me personally, they say you have like a midlife crisis every 25 years or something like that. But for me personally, what I realized is I had created a life where I was trying to be someone that other people wanted me to be, so that they would be jealous of me and I could be better than them. The girls I dated, I only dated because other people wanted them. The jobs I took, I didn't enjoy. You know what I mean? I had a lot of amazing jobs, but the thing was, I was having to do things that went against what I wanted to do in life, who I wanted to be. For me personally, I believe in just helping people. I don't care about making money in the context of, I don't think I need to go out there and charge someone before I'm willing to help them. I would rather go out there and just help someone so that they can live their life better. And if that means I have to suffer more in my life, I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter to me. I don't want to have to help people, only if they pay me a certain amount up front. That's not how I want to be remembered in life. That's not how I want to remember myself in life. Do you know what I mean? But to come to this understanding, like, I had to deal with, like, my insecurities around death. Because prior to dealing with my insecurities around death, I was trying to achieve. I was trying to reach a level of achievement so that, I lived a worthwhile life. And unfortunately in life, it's arbitrary. What is worthwhile to you may not be worthwhile to me. What is worthwhile to me may not be worthwhile to you. So we got to sort of build this confidence within ourselves that what I want to do in life, even if every other person in life thinks that it's irrelevant, if I feel like it's relevant to me, then this is the relevant life for me. And, for me, I came to the decision that I want to be someone who gives without thought of return. I want to be someone who helps without need for reciprocation. I don't want to help people only to get something back from them. You know what I mean? To me personally, when I act like that, it disgusts me. Because that's like, imagine we were on the street, walking down the street, and a car came and it hit you, and you were on the ground needing CPR, and I said, look mate, I'm only going to give you CPR if you pay me 10 grand after I save your life. Like, So I'm going to stand there and watch you die unless you do that. No. I'm going to do what's required. So that's the thing. Like, for me personally, it came from, I didn't want to, require something to be able to help someone, because I enjoy helping people. I enjoy, doing things for people. I don't enjoy when people think I owe them something and I have to do things for them. That's why I don't like the expectation of anything in return. Because if I'm helping you, how I help you is what you get. If I'm asking you for something to help you, how I help you has to be how you want to be helped. That's the thing. I don't want to have to be limited by what other people think or say. How I operate in life is how I operate. If people don't like it, they don't like it. That's not my problem. That's the thing. Like, I want that freedom to be able to be authentically me and not have to worry within myself that, to worry within myself that, I have to do things a certain way, otherwise, it's not going to, or otherwise, I'm going to, I don't know. But it's like, you know what I mean? I'd rather just, like, if you need a hand moving a couch, I'll come and move the couch with you. No stress. Like, it's not like I move the couch for you and then you now owe me something where you've got to do something back for me. I just personally don't find that to be a good way for me to live. But, like, what I had to do in my personal life was I came to the realization that, the only way I would be able to understand what I truly wanted in life is I had to project through visualization myself into, my deathbed. So I had to visualize myself being 70, 80 years old, laying on my deathbed with only 5 days left to live. You know what I mean? I had to feel that panic that tomorrow I'm going to die, or in a couple of days I'm going to die. And then I had to ask myself the question of, well, what is important to me in life? What makes me happy in life? What makes me feel fulfilled? Where am I getting, what is going to make me feel good about who I am when I'm dying? And I realized that the material things, the material achievements in life wouldn't mean anything to me. It didn't matter. I didn't care. Like, if I had made $1 million, if I had achieved, business success, if I had created a company, like, when I'm laying there and I'm about to die and it's about to be lights off, that doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. Thinking about that makes me panicked because I feel like I've wasted my life. What I realized for me personally was, if I could think back and imagine that I had helped one person, like, helped one person live a better life through some act, that would make me feel immensely grateful to my life. If I could think back to all the good times spent with friends and family, that would make me feel immensely grateful in life. Like, my experiences of exploring life, of exploring nature, of exploring the world, that's what would be important to me. Not material success, not material achievement, but that personal achievement. The personal achievement of pushing myself, of knowing that every day I pushed myself to expand. Every day I tried to be better within myself. And every day I lived authentically as myself and not pretending to be someone that I am not. And that's the thing. When I was younger, I was building these masks, these personas of who I thought other people wanted me to be, so that I could feel like I was living a great life, an amazing life. And I realized when push came to shove that was what was making me miserable, was this idea that I never felt confident or good about who I wanted to be in life. I always felt like I needed to be like other people. You know what I mean? I always felt like I needed to live my life how other people wanted me to live it, because that's how I would live a great life. And at the end of the day, when I imagined myself about to die, and I truly, like, the way I describe it is, when we're visualizing ourselves on our deathbed, we have to visualize it so intimately that we start to get that panicked feeling in our chest, that we start to feel like this is actually it, like tomorrow lights out, like there are no more tomorrows. And what I realized was, you know, when I felt that, it just, like, it put everything into perspective. Because I didn't care about the fake friends. I didn't care about the fake connections I had in life. The only thing that mattered were the real connections, the connections for people who liked me for me, not for who I was trying to be. And that's sort of how I started to break out of, you know, building those masks of investing into being someone that I'm not. Is that I had to accept that the only way I can ever be happy with my life at the end of my life is if I lived each day as my authentic self, regardless of if anyone likes me or if everyone hates me. It doesn't matter. So long as I like who I am every day of my life, so long as I'm doing what I want to do in life and following my passions, at the end of my life, I'm going to be happy within myself. So then I had to start building that self-confidence and that self-belief in who I wanted to be, and building that person up brick by brick, building that foundation to sort of become confident in who I am. But the other thing to remember is that, like in life, there is no success and there is no failure. Like, success and failure are just arbitrary terms. What success is to me may not be success to you. What is failure to you, you know, may not be failure to me. Like, we make, like, for success and failure, for anything in life, we put our own meanings to it. Think about, like, Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times trying to create the light bulb. Should he have given up at the first failure? No. Because he didn't see it as a failure. He just saw it as a way not to make a light bulb, and just kept improving and just kept moving forward. And if you look at any great, business person, motivational speaker, life coach, whatever it is, the only way they got where they were is because they just kept pushing forward. Every time they got knocked down, they got back up, and they just kept pushing forward and becoming who they wanted to be in life. Like, there's no secret to it. Like, ideally, you know who you want to be in life. You know the person who makes you happy. You know the person you want to be. All you need to do is just be that person, and you'll be forever happy in life and feel fulfilled. Like, it doesn't matter if everyone else thinks, who you want to be is an impossible task. Like, it's okay. Like, just the sheer act of you moment to moment trying to be your ideal version of yourself is how you become the ideal version of yourself. You know what I mean? It's like if I use an analogy of trying to walk 20 kilometers. Okay? So if every day I set a goal that I want to walk 20 kilometers, even if for 3 months I fall short of that goal every day, if I get back up every day and I go out there and try, sooner or later I will reach that goal. Sooner or later, walking 20 kilometers a day is effortless. And that's the thing. Right now, it may be difficult for you to become who you want to be in life, for you to be your authentic self. This is how it was for me. You know, when I first started trying to be my authentic self, I was afraid people would attack me for being who I am. You know, for thinking how I think, for doing what I enjoy doing in life. But after getting up day in and day out and just saying, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be, it just became. And now it doesn't matter if other people like me or don't like me. I like me. So every day that I get up and I am who I want to be in life, and I am my ideal version of myself, I like me. And that's all that matters. Because by me liking who I am always in a good mood. Because I'm always the person who I want to be in every moment. I don't need to pretend to be someone else just so other people will like me, because other people liking me doesn't make me feel good about myself. But me liking me, that makes me feel ecstatic about myself. Does it make sense? Do you sort of understand? So it's like the battle in life when we're trying to be our ideal self is that we have to become someone who we want to be and who we like. When I am who I like in life, you know, I feel good about who I am in life. When I hold, you know, true to the values that I believe are the important values in life, when I hold true to the standard of life that I believe, you know, is my standard of life, I feel immensely grateful for my life and I feel good about my life. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if every day, you know, it doesn't matter if it takes me 3 months to become who I want to be. If I get up every day and I keep pushing forward, I'm building brick by brick that self-confidence, because that's how it's built. Think back to anything in your life that you had to do, right, in life to achieve anything, like a skill or, you know, technical ability, or even to learn and understand things. It's not that you just read something in a book and you understood it immediately. It's that you had to read it, you had to reread it, you had to try and understand it, you had to grasp the concept, you had to go out there and do it. And it's through that action of doing and failing that we build that self-confidence, because we know, you know, I may have failed before, but I'm not failing now. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like, for example, if we take working out and weight loss, like if we just go to the gym once and work out for 2 hours, and then we go to the mirror and we don't see any differences, and we go to the scales and we don't see any differences, like, should we give up? Like, we don't, like, the only way we feel good about who we are in weight loss is because we're doing it again and again and again. And it doesn't matter if we don't achieve the results on the first go. It's that we keep pushing forward, and then all of a sudden, 3-4 months in, we start to see the results. We start to get stronger. Our stamina increases. You know, we can train for longer durations. We can, you know, lift heavier weights. We can push further. We look and feel better within ourselves. And that's sort of what builds the self-confidence that comes with feeling healthy and great about yourself, and having that body positivity. The body positivity is when we realize that, hey, the actions I'm taking day in, day out are actually bringing me closer to being my ideal, self, my ideal body. And that's very important, because that's how we look and feel good. Does that make sense? It's not that, we have to have a six-pack to look and feel good. It's not that we have to have the biggest muscles. It's not that